Good evening, welcome to Aussie Racing League's ATCC Series, round number 4 at Adelaide International Raceway. And this is Alex McEwen coming down the main straight. He's currently sitting in the pole position with 3 minutes to go in this session. And
oh, there we go. Now we got it. Should be able to hear me now. There we go. So, Mello is on an outlap. The top 6 is what matters, because this is a dash round. And McEwen, Cicluna, Fando, Callister, Arisaka, Donnelly are the top 6. Mello, Sargason, Murdock, Keel are the cars just on the outside of it, looking in. I believe they're improving on their times as we go. So here's Nash Murdock on the Toyota. He's wide. He's very wide. It's down at 10.6, and as you come into this bowl, Arisaka in this skyline. He's absolutely throwing that thing everywhere as he comes up to the final corner. It's a banked oval. He comes across the line. Second position at the moment, 55.081. He's in the dash as it stands. Okay, qualifying has expired. Let's have a look and see who's going to get into this top 6. Sam Sargason, he's not on a quick lap by the looks of things. Nash Murdock has just come across the line and he'll stay 9th fastest. Jack Callister, he'll remain there. We'll see who else has a chance. Harry Keel coming around the last corner. Is he purple sector 2? In a Jaguar, which is meant to be faster down the straights, but not in many other places. He bumps up on a 55.405. So not quick enough to get in. To the tune of about 0.2 of a second. And I think that's everyone now. So Alex McEwen, Carl Fando, Mashiro Osaka, Daniel Cicluna, Puddy Donnelly and Jack Callister. 86. That is Lee Childs in the ground, well outside the track. Oh, he's down at the first corner. Okay, enjoy that while I try and figure something out. Right, stick around, because we've got the dash coming up for the top 6 in just a moment. Okay. We're back. Time for the dash. Let's get my graphics right. Let's type in dash there. There we go. Okay. 2 minutes or so. 6-car race. 3 laps. If you haven't watched one of these before. We did a round at Symmons Plains. And we're going to try it again here. And then we've got 2 more coming later in the season. 1 minute and 50 seconds. So, in this dash at the moment, Alex McEwen has been absolutely on fire. A Volvo as well. It's the first round where the Volvo's really shone properly. And where does that Volvo sit in the standings? Let's have a look. 25th. So, not quite. He's on pole for this one. There you go. Well, not on pole yet because this decides the grid for the main race. The first race. Daniel Cicluna and Paddy Donnelly are separated by 2 points, and they start side by side on this grid. Calfando's on the front row, and then Jack Callister and Harisaka as well. So, building up to the start of the second dash of the season. Lights on. And away. Looked like a good initial jump from Calfando, but it's going to be McEwen who out-drags him. Look, coming through the middle is Paddy Donnelly, the power of the VL. Making it 3 wide, and the Volvo has to slot in behind. Now, down through the first corner. And that Volvo, the Holden's got a strong lead already. Side by side, McEwen and Fando. Your order is Donnelly, McEwen, Fando, Callister, Cicluna and Arisaka as they come into the Speedway Super Bowl for the first time. Bit of a tank slapper for Jack Callister, and Cicluna's going to look down his inside for 5th position. Is he going to get far enough up there? No, not quite. Arisaka wants a piece of it as well. There we are, second part of the corner. Such a long corner, banked as well. He's going to get past, and the other Skyline is pulling up alongside Jack Callister for 5th position. Here he is. Oh, barely. Doesn't quite make it. Doesn't quite make it stick. Gives a tiny bit of curve. Has to wrestle with the car, trying to keep it under control. It's an off-camber corner on the way in. It's a few off-camber corners on the way in. It's such a tricky technical part of the track. Now Jack Callister's going to return the favour on Cicluna. Is he going to get the exit he desires? No, not quite. 1 to go on the dash. And Arisaka's now... he's stuck on the outside though. And won't be able to make a position off of that. A little bit of a bump. And McEwen is challenging for the lead of the race. He was right up there with Paddy Donnelly. Now it's dropped back a bit and they all fall in line of stern. So Arisaka's got ahead of Callister as well. Donnelly, McEwen, Fando, Cicluna, Arisaka and Callister as they come round. 1 corner to go. There's going to be a big dive on here. Try and get an extra place on the grid. Or not, can't quite get there. McEwen's right on the bumper. It's a short run to the line, and it's going to be Donnelly who takes pole for the first race. Behind him, Alex McEwen in the Volvo, Carl Fando in the VK Commodore, and Daniel Cicluna and Michiro Arisaka in 5th. Jack Callister rounds it out, 6th position on this grid. So that sets the top 6 for race 1. Behind them it's Harry Keel, Nick Mello, Sam Sargason, Nash Murdock, Riley Smith, Josh Hill, Max Spivey, Ronald Williams, Jack Meredith, Lee Childs, Will Lambeth, Ben Wiley, Jonas Molnar, and Matt McCamley, Mike Crick, Chris Bradley and Vince Mangian. We have 23 cars in this evening. And it's a very cool little taster of what you might get tonight. You've got the big long straight, which appeals to the power cars. That Carl Fando's still out on track. Ripping it through the last corner he is. You'll see that contrast of the power cars being powerful down the straight and then the more technical part of the circuit. Slight elevation change, but enough just to unsettle each car. Okay, so a minute 20 until this server goes down and then put the new one up, and so we're probably about 5 minutes away from the race, the first race. Daniel Cicluna missed a shift at the start, and so that's why he didn't quite get the start he wanted. Thing is, the VL's tricky with its huge amount of tyre wear, and you'll probably see that here. And Surfers is probably going to be pretty difficult in the VL, and of course the longer race at Bathurst. Okay, we'll catch you all for the race in a moment. I'll just remove that and we'll go back to the return soon screen while we change over the server. Actually, no we won't, because there's a brand new circuit map graphic. Have a look at this with a picture of Simmons Plains in the background for some reason. Adelaide International Raceway, 2.4 kilometres. You can see the Super Bowl at the right hand side, the drag strip down the main straight. And yeah, a short road course, 1.5 miles long, like most of this time. Here's your championship standings. So Dennis Cicluna, as I mentioned before, leads the way by just 2 points, and you get 6 for a dash win. 6, yeah, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So they even on points. Now I've forgotten the results. Where's Cicluna ended up? Donnelly definitely won that one, and then Cicluna ended up 4th. So there's 1 point separating them now after that dash, with Paddy Donnelly now having the advantage. Behind, who we got? Harry Keel and Jack Callister. Shiro Osaka, Nick Mello, Sam Sargason, and then Riley Smith, Carl Fando, Jack Meredith, Will Lambeth, Ronald Williams in the Mustang, doing well for himself there. John Elliott, Lee Childs, Phil Fergs, Max Bowman, Deep Marath, Chris Monroe, Adana Makigi, and Nash Murdock. Here we are, the 23 cars are on the grid now and preparing to get underway for this, the seventh race of the series at Adelaide International Raceway in the town of Virginia, which is just a short drive away from the north of Adelaide. Not far off from Malala as well. For a fairly small city, Adelaide's got quite a bit of motorsport heritage, and they got a fair few tracks out there. You got this one, you got Malala and the Bend, and of course the street circuit. Then historic tracks like road circuit at Port Wakefield and all other places across South Australia, Mount Gambier. Definitely pulled their weight. About 2.5 minutes, and we'll just have a look at our situation here where Alex McEwen is on pole position from... No, he's not. It's Paddy Donnelly on pole position. Did I watch the last race? Paddy Donnelly on pole position on the inside, Alex McEwen alongside him there, then it's Carl Fando and Dennis Cluner. Followed by Arisaka Callister and then Keel and Mello. So there's a long run, you can see it there, the long run down to the first corner. It'd be probably about 600, 700 metres. Just ballparking it. Let's figure it out properly. But yeah, used as a drag strip, and in real life I imagine it'd be fairly slippery. Let's see here. So it's about 800 metres to the first corner. And you're going to see the Skylines, the VLs, the Jaguar really take advantage of that. Someone's getting eager, revving up their engine already. It's great to hear all the different engine sounds as well. A wide variety of cars on this grid. In the Group A touring car era. Shapes, sizes, configurations. So this race is about to begin. Race 7 of the championship. Alex McEwen's on your left hand side and Paddy Donnelly on the right. We'll see who gets the jump. Away. That VL power coming into its own again. Alex McEwen on the outside, getting absolutely swamped. Donnelly streaking away ahead. They're 3 wide through a fair amount of the field. Down into the first corner now. Narrows up a little bit. Cicluna's going to snatch second place from McEwen. And he's still stuck on the outside as McEwen. There's cars off in the back. There's a... oh, I think it was a Supra that was turned in the middle of the field. Might have been Nash Murdock. But actually, it all seems to be alright now. I think there was a VK off very wide out as well. As we end the first lap. Donnelly leads from Cicluna, McEwen, Fando, Arisaka, Keel, Callister, Mello, and Spivey Sargason. There's a slight look there from Arisaka, trying to get 4th position. Don't want to turn someone too early in this race either. Now, Fando looked to the outside of McEwen. That's going to be the story of his race. He's going to be struggling down that main straight. Listen to it sing. Watch here, Riley Smith, Jack Callister, and there's Max Spivey there as well, inside the top 10. Gotten off to a good start. Through this banked last corner, which is brilliant, allows different lines and higher speeds back out onto this main straight. But Smith remains ahead of Callister than Spivey. Meredith is not too far behind either. As Spivey just pokes the nose out ever so slightly. Let's have a look at Jack Callister, but Jack Meredith well out wide into the grass even. Surprised he didn't lose the car, to be honest. It's that far out wide. Here they come up over the S's. Really got to tiptoe through here. The camber shifts and changes so much. Bit over a car length separating the top 2 as they come down the main straight. Well, in the slipstream here is Cicluna. And Alex McEwen is still holding fairly firm in 3rd position. He's in a bit of disturbed air, which won't help him, considering the strength of this car is a bit of an all-rounder. So he needs to make up time in these parts of the track. Slight tap of the wall there for Alex McEwen as he came out of the last corner. Overdone it slightly. And in the mirrors there is Carl Fando. Sits 9th at the moment in the championship. But Arisaka's gotten past him. Oh, because Fando's well out wide and into the dirt at turn number 1. And he's been swamped by Arisaka, Mello, Keel, and is now battling with Riley Smith. Keel's gotten past Mello as well. Up into 5th place. And then runs off wide. Runs wide down at turn 6. Has to try and pick it up. Gets ahead of this bunch at least. Riley Smith is right there. 3 abreast with Jack Callister on the outside. And he's going to drive all the way around the outside of Carl Fando. Arisaka is jumping up positions. He's up into 2nd at the front. With Cicluna and McEwen right there as well. Here's Harry Keel and Riley Smith. Oh, that's well off wide. That is Riley Smith in the... Yeah, he's actually out onto the wall. He's in the VRL Commodore. And he was out in the grass and well wide. We'll go back to the front because here's Mashiro Osaka making a move on Paddy Donnelly down the inside. Could be a chance for the lead of the race. He's got his another Skyline just there, looking to the outside. The VL pulls away though. And Alex McEwen might even get a run here. I can't quite do it. Oh, so close to touching. I think they might have just touched as well. Seclina's sliding and he's slidden off the track. Well off and tries to rejoin. Out of the way of everyone. Nick Mello is right there and could be on for 4th position. In fact, he dives down the inside. And you can see them run side by side down the main straight. Mello's inching in front, but is he going to be able to maintain that power down the straight? It doesn't look like it. Seclina's going to come back, and now it's Mello coming back once more. Get him under braking through the first corner. Yes, he does. It's not quite as clean as he would have liked. Donnelly ran wide and Arisaka's gotten through. So we have a new race leader. McEwen's looking as well. It's a cracking race. Look at them, running side by side through the oval. Little glance to the right for Alex. Sees the Olympic Donuts car well there. Runs out a little bit wider. And Donnelly has to give the position up. But we'll get it back with pure power and pure... Still running side by side, all the way through the first corner. And McEwen's going to take the advantage. It's 1.8 seconds, 2 seconds now. Tarasaka as these two battle. Who's starting to have to deal with lap traffic. It's quite a fairly short racetrack, this one. Oh, in the wall, almost, was Alex McEwen. He ran out very wide into the grey. And you think these VL tyres are going to struggle ever so slightly now. Moves all over the road. I'm not going to say who in case my eyes were wrong. You can see how it's like basically anti-banked that corner there, and this one's pretty rough as well as it goes into a corner which is banked, I believe, 8 degrees. And then the long last corner, a little bit of a slide. Car stepped out ever so slightly as he was putting that power to the ground. 0.8 of a second separate him and McEwen. He's lost a little bit of time. You can see he gains almost 2 seconds on the 2 tenths, not 2 seconds, 2 tenths down the straight. We're on board with Max Spivey now. It's another VL Commodore chasing down another VL Commodore. Max Spivey and Jack Meredith. 7th and 8th for them. Nick Mello is currently ahead of them at 3.6 seconds, and Spivey's going to look past Meredith. Gets it done. The short little blast called the Shell Straight there. He's got them past. Callister's smelling some blood in the background. It's 55.475 for Alex McEwen, as Spivey was definitely in the wall. Jack Meredith is all over the shop as they come back onto the main straight, and Jack Callister in the VK, a couple of years older, is trying to hang on. Big dive up the inside, potentially. He's too far back. Bit of bumping and rubbing around, but you don't want to cause incidents, obviously, still. Your order on lap 12 of 25 is Arasaka, McEwen, Donnelly, Cicluna, Fando, Mello, Spivey, Meredith, Callister, Sagason, Keel, Hill, Lambeth, Murdock, Molnar, McCamley, and then Smith, Williams, Childs and Bradley are the top 20. As Callister fights with his car. Runs a much shallower line. You'll see different lines through that corner as the race progresses, and people do it in certain ways to suit their car and that style. Especially as the tyres start to kick in. Pretty high deg track, this one. Spivey's off the road and he's trying to recover it. Callister had the absolute run out of that corner. Jack Meredith unfortunately was right there and completely lost all momentum. There's a car off there. That Mike Crick? I believe it is. In the Supra. Arasaka puts in the fast lap of 4.66 before being beaten by Alex McEwen almost immediately. And McEwen is closing the gap. Some good racing going on. Daniel Cicluna and Paddy Donnelly here. The two... you can call them championship protagonists now, the two of them. They've got a decent margin on Harry Keel and everyone else in the field. Arasaka might. If he keeps up these sorts of performances, he might be able to jump up a little bit, but these are the two to watch for the championship. Carl Fando is in the background as well. There he is, just behind. Look at that, absolutely nose to tail. Back into the oval section. Car on edge. Janice Cicluna, the skyline. Has to get around this lapped car. He's there on the inside. And now Cicluna's got a run, has he? No, not quite. He had an overlap, but not enough that he could run with it. Carl Fando's getting closer, 7/10 of a second. And I tell you what, 7/10 of a second at the front as well, so McEwen could be on for a race victory here if he keeps this up. There's still 9 laps to go. Regardless, got to pass that skyline. Carl Fando's going to make this a 3-way battle, I suspect. Have a look at him there, right in the mirror. Yep, he's right there. And could be on for 4th place as soon as this corner. Sliding down the inside. Barely hanging on to it. Isn't going to make it stick. Has to wait a little longer. Cars in front of him are more powerful. If you've got enough skill, you can overcome that through this bit. Coming up. Harry Keel, far from having a great day at the moment. Sitting there in 8th. Sorry, 8 positions down on his qualifying position. He sits in 15th. But the best performer is Will Lambeth, up 7. So good on him. Now, it's on for the lead. Alex McEwen, who has a flag that... I want to say Iranian. For some reason, he's chasing down Mashiro Arisaka, the... in quotation marks, Japanese driver. Moves to the outside. I don't think he's going to be able to get around there unless he can switch back to the inside for when the profile changes at turn 2. No, I can't do that. It's such a long corner. As it is to end the lap as well. It's such a narrow plot of land, you kind of need those big hairpins at either end. It's the only way it can work. Alex McEwen right on the outside here. Slight overlap. Has he got enough to drive it round there? On the high on the banking. No, not quite. Here it is again, wheel to wheel for the lead of the race, almost bumping doors. So close. Arisaka's going to push him absolutely to the limit of the track. But stays on. And McEwen's going to be muscled out. Running out of time. Only 5 to go. Battle for the lead of race 1. Arisaka makes a decision early to go to the inside. And McEwen's going to switch back on him. He's got the inside run down the main straight. I think Arisaka had to hit the brakes ever so slightly as well. It's going to destroy his exit. See if the Skyline can overcome it. No, not quite. So Arisaka's going to take... McEwen's going to take the lead of the race on the inside. Through the first corner. And Arisaka's going to look ever so slightly. There's a fair bit of opposite lock applied to that car. But Alex McEwen in the Volvo takes the lead. On for his first race win potentially. As Arisaka can hold on and try again for the pass. And he's right there. It could go either way this race. It looked to us like McEwen had more pace, but Arasaka's not giving up at all. Pulling up alongside. Down the straight, there's a lapped car who just rides around the outside of the corner and gets well out of the way. While these two, it gets resolved in the favour of McEwen for, well, this time down the main straight. Something going on with Matt McCain. That's down in 18th, the Jaguar. Maybe some blue flags, not sure. As Jack Meredith is down in 18th all of a sudden. I've also noticed. So, some interesting things going on in this race. Him and Max Spivey's up a fair way in the field. Arasaka is second. And Keel is in an accident again. He's well off the road, and that is just where our leaders are coming past. Just careful. Down now to the first corner. So he sits third in the championship going into this race, but he'll probably be surpassed. In fact, he'll definitely be surpassed. Currently in 17th. As we watch Alex McEwen, 1 lap to go. Keep an eye on this battle at the a little further back for third place as we're on this final lap. Carl Fando and Paddy Donnelly. So Cluna's dropped a couple of positions in all that, so Mello's up to 5th. Callister, Spivey, Murdock, Lambeth. And that rounds out your top 10 as we're on this final lap. Fando's right there and we'll keep one eye on it. But here comes Alex McEwen around the last corner. He's going to take the victory for the first race at Adelaide International Raceway, race 7 of the series. And it's going to be Paddy Donnelly who takes third and will now extend his championship lead from Dennis Cluna. So it's really on at the front. Alex McEwen will start from the back. Watch Ronald Williams as he comes round the last couple of corners, right up wide. 0.7 of a second only to Molnar, who, by the way, new livery, TAC 0.05 car. He's going to finish 13th, 14th, Lee Child's 15th. There's Alex McEwen. That tyre is rotating ever so slightly. So that's the end of race 1. That was a brilliant race. McEwen got ahead of Arasaka and eventually pulled a margin of 2.34 seconds at the end of the race. Paddy Donnelly and Carl Fando had just under 4/10 separating them for 3rd and 4th. Nick Mello in 5th, and Daniel Cicluna and Jack Callister, Max Spivey doing very well. I think that's season best in 8th. Nash, Murdock, Will Lambeth, followed by Josh Hill, Riley Smith, Janos Molnar, then Ronald Williams, Lee Childs, Harry Keel, Matt McCamley, and Jack Meredith, Chris Bradley, Sam Sargason, who was running well up, and he DNF'd. No, did he? Yeah, he DNF'd. I think he completed enough laps. 23 laps, yeah, so he did. So he should get classified. But there was a DNF. Vincent Mangian, followed by Mike Crick, Ben Wiley. And that rounds it out. So Ben Wiley, he had problems, I think, with his... There's already things kicking off in chat. The Ben Wiley had problems with his computer, which is why he DNF'd. Oh my god, Cameron Green took 3 wickets. Hang on. No, this is more important. Oh, he did too. Rory Burns for 26, Zach Crawley for 36, Darwin Milan for 10. Can Darwin Milan do anything, please? Thank you, Cam Green. Mike Crick did finish the race. So only one non-finisher, Ben Wiley, and what's his face? Sam Sargason will be classified likely. Okay. So we get ready now for the next race, which kicks off in about 5 minutes' time. It'll be reverse grid, so stick around for that. Look forward to it. Can hear the cars rumbling, idling in the background as Mike Crick and Vince Mangian, two de facto teammates, both in Supras, I'm going to start from the front row. Behind it's Sargason, who starts there because he still got classified but didn't actually finish all of race 1. So bumped a fair way down the field. Chris Bradley, Jack Meredith, Matt McCamley, Harry Keel, Lee Childs, Ronald Williams, Jonas Molnar, and Riley Smith, Josh Hill, Will Lambeth, Nash Murdock, Max Spivey, Jack Callister, car number 1, Dennis Cicluna, Nick Mello, Carl Fando, Paddy Donnelly in 20th, and then Arisaka and McEwen 21st and 22nd. Ben Wiley is back in, so hopefully all goes well for him. It does happen from time to time, which we'll have to work out after the race, especially with this mod pack, which isn't particularly well optimised. You know, if you would... I'm not going to... No, never mind. We have it 90 seconds as still got a fair number of people watching. I appreciate it, sticking around, and I'm sure if the first race was any indication, you're going to see some even better racing in this event. Our next race is at Surfers Paradise International Raceway, built by the same person, I believe, as Adelaide International. Yeah, one guy put together the entire racetrack. No, I mean owner. Initial. What's his name? Keith Williams. Owned Malala and Surfers Paradise. There you go. And then it was bought by Bob Jane. That's why it's got the big oval as well, because of the whole NASCAR craze that he had. And we go to Bob Jane's other truck after Surfers, which is Calder Park. So enough rambling. Let's get on to this race. Lights are coming on now. The two Supras fire up to the front of the grid. Away. It's the Skyline that's got the best start of them all and then completely lost it all. The Jaguar's going to fly in the middle of them all. Harry Keel takes the lead with McCamley coming past the V12 power. Meredith and Sargason are rubbing doors. And well off wide was McCamley. There's another car that went well wide. I think it was Chris Bradley, who's dropping down our timing sheets. McCamley and Bradley are the two cars who have gone furthest back, as Daniel Cicluna is up into 8th position. Doing a brilliant job. He's run a little bit wide off of the... I think it was helped out there actually by Molnar, but still rejoins with Fando alongside. Josh Hill just behind. We'll go on board with him as he comes down the main straight. He's got a problem in the shape of a VK Commodore and another Skyline. But look up ahead. It's the great... It's not an equaliser at all, the main straight. There's cars around in the middle of the pack. Jack Meredith went straight across, and behind is Molnar as well. But they seem to have all mostly avoided it, but it's got everyone in a massive pack here. There's lots of bumping and barging. Josh Hill was pushed out a bit. Oh, leaping across the curb there was Mike Crick, and he's gone straight into the side of Paddy Donnelly, and they're both well out wide. So a very eventful first 2 laps. finishes with Harry Keel and Ronald Williams, Riley Smith, Will Lambeth, Sam Sargason, Daniel Cicluna and Nick Mello just got ahead of Mashiro Osaka as they come down the main straight here along the drag strip. So that was Crick leaping over the curb and finding Donnelly. Oh, has there been an issue with timing? Paddy Donnelly, Mr. Checkpoint. Okay, so that'll be as a result of that contact. And we'll have to fix up his position later. Jack Callister and Mashiro Osaka now running side to side down the straight. Arasaka's going to break the latest. Oh, no, he's not. So Callister's actually going to hold it around the outside in his hold end. And Arasaka pushes him a little bit wider out into the grass. Gives McEwen a good chance. Race winner from last time, who's got some pretty stiff competition to go up against with Cicluna and Arasaka well ahead. Oh my god. Okay, we're good now. Sorry everyone. Okay, well, you all saw that, so the big safety car in the middle of the track. It must have gotten hit, so it's been bumped and put out onto the circuit. Luckily, everyone seems to have avoided that. Anyway, Riley Smith. Looking down the inside here of Ronald Williams, which we will go away from because Mashiro Osaka has lost it down at turn 6 and he drops down to 13th after finishing second in the last race. So for when Riley watches this back, that was a bigger deal than your pass. Riley Smith ahead of Ronald Williams in the Mustang, who seems to take advantage of these races pretty well, these reverse grid races. If he can defend well enough, could be on for a pretty good haul of points. That is a VK Commodore of... it's one of the new ones now, I can't remember his name. I'm sorry. Ben Wiley. Oh, so he's in. He's actually in the race. That's good. Having troubles with Wallace. Never mind. Gotta learn some new names. Here's Will Lambeth up the inside of Sam Sargason, gets it done with relative ease. Gorgeous Matt Black. Holden VL Commodore with Sargason sitting just behind, you know, the regular Peter Jackson Nissan, which is also a very good looking livery. Sometimes the simplest ones are the best. Dennis Cicluna's right there, by the way. And with Paddy Donnelly, Sam Sargason now makes a move on Will Lambeth. They'll run side by side down the main straight. Paddy Donnelly, I'm trying to figure out which position he's in because he's his timing. is a little problematic. Well off the road was Will Lambeth. And it's very difficult to hold the car and get back on. He's come back on and just given Mello a tap, which hasn't helped matters at all, and Alex McEwen has gotten past them both. So Donnelly currently sits just ahead of Hill, so in 12th position. Scalita could be on to take the lead of the championship again, if this continues the way it does, and he looks to be in a strong place to take another position. Harry Keel continues to lead the race by 1.3 seconds, and you saw him absolutely split the middle down the main straight on the first lap. He got the launch just right, and the V12 took him the rest of the way. Lots of opposite lock, and it's just enough to allow Sargason down the inside. He'll be a little bit grumpy with Mike Crick there for just being there, but I think it might have been just circumstance. Ronald Williams is the next car he's passed, and now Sargason's gone off wide. That turn 6 has caught out a lot of drivers. Alex McEwen's right there. And they run side by side onto the main straight. Sargason's dropped quite a few positions in the last little sequence. Scalita moves to the inside to try and defend, then realises that Ronald Williams is probably a bit too far behind to do much. Well, that gorgeous Volvo. It's a bit of a headache for Sargason. And now starting to pull away. Could have McEwen going for Scalita here. If McEwen can continue his charge, he's a fair way down in the championship standings, but he could be on for a decent position in the standings. Because he seems to have the pace, especially around a place like this. Oh, that's an ugly sound coming from that car. Ronald Williams with Alex McEwen looking there. Sargason is sliding down the inside. Has he gone too deep? No, he hasn't. He's gotten the move done. That's a very nice move through the last corner. 0.5 of a second between Keel and Smith, and it could be on for the race lead here. But we're watching the battle for third. Big slide for the Ford Mustang, which allows Sargason to get up the inside. And Alex McEwen has got a lot of pace, but nowhere to put it really. Has there been contact? There's been contact between the Sargason and Williams. And, well, he's managed to... No, he hasn't. I was going to say he managed to recover it, but I think I was looking at Nick Mello instead. Well out into the wall and trying to get going again. There'd be a fair bit of damage to that car, I'd suspect. But he'll soldier on in 11th now. Been a couple of incidents the last couple of races with Ronald Williams involved. We'll see if there's anything made of it. Jack Meredith is absolutely fuming, and I want to know why. So Jack, if you're watching the stream, what happened? because he's now out of the race. Lap 13 of 25. Still got a fair way to go. Halfway through this race. And Cicluna is only a second behind. He's leading too. So stand by. We have a strong battle for the lead very shortly. Here's Nick Mello looking on Ronald Williams. Jack Callister is just behind as well. Both VK Commodores. Look at how close they all are. Line of stern. Car was fairly loose through the first corner. Nick Mello in the middle. That's a car off. That's McCamley. So I just caught a glimpse of that as they came through turn 6 and trying his hand in the Jaguar. Here's Jack Callister. He'll get a good view of this. Nick Mello looking up the inside. Little rub of the door handles. Almost. I think they didn't touch. Oh, and Robert Williams is all over the road on the exit of the corner there. And he's going to maintain the position. Oh, there's chaos up ahead. So there's two cars out in the dirt. That's Molnar, and now Williams is around. Oh, everyone's going to have to be careful getting past. Yes, they do. Arasaka's been involved in that one. But running right round the outside. There was a large group of cars. Saw Paddy Donnelly in there. Current championship leader. Here's his championship rival who's just made contact with Riley Smith through the first corner. They managed to end up pointing the right direction. But now Keel will run away with it for now. Cicluna wants a chance at that lead. Alex McEwen is right there as well. Daniel's got a slight overlap. Gives him another bump. And is there one more here for good measure? Just about. If there wasn't, it was extremely close. Alex McEwen looking up the inside as well. Nearly 3 abreast if that Volvo could keep up properly. Oh, but he's going to try under braking. 2 wide out. So Cicluna's got the inside line. He's going to push Riley Smith out of the way. McEwen's got to get them both. Up the inside of them both. 2 positions in 1. Thank you very much. Up into second for Alex McEwen. Down to Cicluna's right there. Riley Smith has lost the car. Coming out of the second corner. Oh, it's a carve round. Oh my goodness. I was probably as scared as Dennis Cicluna with that one. There was a car round at the last corner. It was Vincent Mangione or Mike Crick. I'm not sure which one. They've got similar liveries. Mangione. I hope I'm saying that. Carl Fando's also got past Riley Smith, and now there's quite a battle pack forming here over 4th position, with Mello and Callister looking to tack onto the back of it as well. Here's the gap. And Mello goes for a big dive up the inside. He's going to get it done. He is. I love a good banked corner. Mello gets past Riley Smith, and now Jack Callister. He's going to try his luck as well. Dive under brakes. There's been a pass for the lead, so Keel might have made a mistake here. And Alex McEwen is right on the back. He was in front for just a split second, and now Daniel Cicluna is there as well. Ready and waiting. There's a lapped car ahead. That's Max Spivey in 15th. Into off Dracula getting very taily into the last corner. McEwen's got the inside. He's going to get it done. Cicluna's going to slide past as well, is he? Yes, he does. We'll see if the V12 power can gain any of that back. And now pulling up alongside Daniel Cicluna on Alex McEwen into the first corner. At the wit's end when it comes to braking. Neck and neck. Max Spivey is well wide, staying out of the way of this one. Lap 20 of 25. And it's going down to the wire once more. Alex McEwen could be on for a back-to-back victory, which is not a very easy thing to do in a reverse grid format. Cicluna was very taily there, all over the road as he came into turn number 6. And he's now opened up a gap of 1.7 seconds. Harry Keel still sits there in third, on for a good load of points. Nick Mello and Jack Callister continue to battle over 5th place simultaneously. Is there a swap of positions there between McEwen and Cicluna? Well, there's 2 seconds between them, so I'm not sure. Anyway. Let's go back a little further. Here's Ronald Williams once more, now with Nash Murdock. He's riding his Supra right round the outside of the corner. He's going to get it done. No, not quite. Got a lot under the right foot, this little Supra. But it's one of those nice nimble cars. See if he can get it round. Ronald Williams here for a position in the top 10. Lee Childs has had an accident further back. This is down at the first corner. And who's coming round? It's the 2 Supras of Mangian and Crick. They've got very different patterns actually on the front of those cars. I need to learn those properly. I only just noticed that. He's good as a livery maker, is Mike Crick. You're going to make 2 cars very similar, you've got to have ways to differentiate them like that. Wait till we start Formula 1, God, help me. Big slide for Nash Murdock through the first corner. It still holds. 11th place. Lap 23 of 25, Alex McEwen leads from Daniel Cicluna, Harry Keel, Carl Fando, Nick Mello, Jack Callister, Sam Sargason, Mashiro Arisaka, and Riley Smith, Ronald Williams, and Nash Murdock, who you're watching here, Josh Hill, in 12th. So we've got 2 to go here in Adelaide. Arisaka past Sagace, and there must have been a mistake there because they're not very close to one another. Which Murdock's going to try as his might. Right, yeah. Final lap. Alex McEwen, who... does he have race wins to his name? Got to pull out that spreadsheet again. He's certainly not got many. And today he can add 2 more. Go on board with him as he comes back into the Super Bowl for the last time. One corner to go. A car, he's basically not turned the steering wheel. And through the last corner, and it's Alex McEwen who takes the victory for the 8th race of the championship as well as the 7th. He sweeps the Adelaide International round with Daniel Cicluna in 2nd position. Great for his championship, that's for sure. Behind Jack Callister is Paddy Donnelly, so I think he finished 7th. Which is a good recovery. There are cars flying down the main straight. Riley Smith is out and into the spectator mounds. Dear oh dear. Alex McKeown's just going to enjoy himself. That Volvo, the Polaroid machine. Prancing Moose Team Volvo. Well done to him. Dennis Cicluna 2nd, Harry Keel in 3rd in the Jaguar, Cal Fando, followed by Nick Mello, Jack Callister, Harry Sarker, and then Sug Gayson in the Skyline in 8th, and Riley Smith, Ronald Williams, then Nash Murdock, the highest ranking of the Toyotas, Josh Hill, the lone BMW, Lee Childs in the Mazda, the Nissan of Chris Bradley, then Spivey, Donnelly, Molnar, Lambeth, Crick, and McCamley were your 20. Followed by Ben Wiley, Vince Mangin, and Jack Meredith, who finished all of 2 minutes. Wow, we really left that early? Anyway, it is what it is. So thanks for joining us at Adelaide. We are at Surfers Paradise in 1 week. Surfers Paradise, if you're not familiar with it, it's not the current street circuit, nor even the IndyCar circuit that used to be run. It's a very high speed, high downforce, track, which no longer exists, unfortunately. A classic Australian road racing circuit. Okay, so I think it's going to be a lot of fun, that one. If it's anything like this, absolutely. This was a brilliant round, and I really look forward to seeing a brand new round in a week's time. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you then.